Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Luke Beller. So today I thought we'd take a look at some wide receivers that are still free agents that haven't been picked up by any teams. Of course, with free agency starting, three weeks ago, basically now. There's lots of guys who have been signed to other teams, but there are still a good amount of free agents available, not only wide receivers, but pretty much at every single position, cornerback as well. So I thought I would go through and sort of talk about five of the, what are the biggest names who are still free agents when it comes to the wide receiver position. Of course, the Packers so far haven't really decided to make any moves when it comes to the free agency market. Of course, with the salary cap going down, that's been the biggest, probably one of the bigger reasons this year, just because they don't really have much money to, move around or use right now for free agents. So that's probably one of the reasons. But with these guys who are free agents still at this point, you'd have to assume that lots of these guys are going to get much cheaper contracts than usual, just because the biggest names, the people that, or I guess the players that were most wanted have been acquired by teams. And so now these guys are basically going to be battling it out for more spots on these teams. And I bet there's going to be lots of cheap contracts with lots of these free agents that are still available. So the first guy we have, the first wide receiver free agent I'm going to talk about is Tate. Of course, he is getting up there in age a little bit more so now. But he used to be a great player. The past 2 seasons he's been on the Giants, and the quarterback situation there, hasn't been the best. And if we take a look at the Packers, Tate to the Packers, obviously any receiver to the Packers, their play is going to be elevated to the next level. And so Tate past 2 years, 2019 only had 49 receptions for 676 yards, still pretty solid season. 2020, 35 receptions for 388 yards. So even though he may not be the player he once was because he is getting up there in age, I do think he still has some left in the tank. And, I'm not sure if the Packers want to bring in a free agent wide receiver. Next guy, we got Marquise Goodwin. We haven't seen him play since 2019. And in 2019, he only had 12 receptions for 186 yards. His best season probably was in 2017, where he came in with 56 receptions for 962 yards. He missed the entire 2020 season. And so I feel like a guy like him would be a lot cheaper just because we haven't seen him play. So there probably is some more risk, which means his contract would probably be much cheaper. But you never know. He could be a good investment, and it could just be that, we haven't seen him play in a few years. Doesn't mean he's not good anymore. So that could be a hidden gem, potentially. Next guy, we got Antonio Brown. I've seen that Antonio Brown does seem to want to be back with the Buccaneers in the 2021 season, but it has been coming out recently that they're pretty far off from a deal. It seems like the Bucs have offered him something, but he doesn't seem to like the offer. So Antonio Brown, who knows if he'll end up with the Buccaneers. It doesn't seem insanely likely unless he wants to come in and take less money. We did see, I think it was sometime last year, there was rumors like, would Antonio Brown end up with the Packers? And he obviously chose the Buccaneers. I just don't think Antonio Brown would want to come to Green Bay. I wouldn't be opposed to see Antonio Brown in a Packers uniform. I think that'd be pretty exciting. Obviously, he's not the player he once was, but he's still an insanely talented player. He's insanely fast. He does have lots of, off-the-field issues at times, but he is a talented player. Third guy, or is it third guy, or is it fourth guy? So fourth guy we've talked about this in the channel in the past week or two. We got Cordarrelle Patterson, still a free agent. And the biggest thing with him is he's just insanely talented when it comes to special teams returning. And we all know the Packers just haven't been good when it comes to returning the football. Special teams unit just hasn't been great in the past few seasons. And so he would definitely bring a spark to that unit, considering he was one of the best returners in 2020. Also, the fact that he can be utilized, as sort of like a gadget guy. He can run the ball. He can do jet sweeps, jet motions, all that kind of stuff that the Packers could potentially need, considering Tavon Austin, we haven't brought him back, and Tyler Ervin probably isn't coming back either. So I wonder what the Packers will do with that sort of guy that they sort of need like that. Maybe Cordarrelle Patterson could be a guy. We did see he did like tweets about coming to the Packers, and so you never know. Maybe it could happen. And then the final probably big name wide receiver right now who is on the market is Dez Bryant, just because of how good, he's been in the past. We haven't really seen him play much in the past couple of seasons. Last year, he was on the Ravens for a little while. Only had 6 catches with that stint with the Ravens, and he really hasn't played much since 2017 before that. 2017 with the Cowboys, he had 69 receptions for 838 yards. There's no question that Dez Bryant used to be a beast when it comes to receiving the football. Maybe he has some left in the tank. I'm just not too sure just because we haven't really seen too much from him in the past couple seasons. But those are the biggest wide receiver names still in the market up to this point. I'd be curious to see, where they end up going. Who knows, maybe they'll move after the draft because teams are like, no, we don't really want to bring in an older guy. We want to come in, maybe sign some younger talent, which, makes lots of sense. But let me know what you guys think about these free agent wide receivers. Let me know down in the comments below. That's going to be all for today's video. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys on the next video.